guys, it's Lindsay. Welcome back to The Wandering Reader. Today I thought I would update you on what I currently have out from the library. I think it's been at least a couple of months since I've sat down and filmed one of these videos. I think I did one at the end of July. Could be wrong about that, but it just feels like an awfully long time. So that's exactly what I'm going to do today. I'm going to sit down, I'm going to go through the pile of books that I've got out from the library. Yeah, so let's just jump into it. First up, I have out Goodnight Stories for Rebel Girls number 2. I read the first one from the library a couple of months ago, absolutely loved it. So I really wanted to get this one out and just kind of continue on in this kind of vein. I did buy myself a copy of the first one, so I may do that if I really like this one. But in case you're not aware, these are just very short little snippets, or a book might just fell out then, of particular women's lives across the centuries. So this is Gloria Steinem. And they all come with these illustrations, but they're illustrated by lots of different people. So who else have we got in here? Lorena Ocher, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. We've got Mary Fields. So you get a page of text and an illustration to go with it. And I really like the first one just because I just got to learn so much about women that I didn't know about. And extra stuff about women that I did basically, and it's just inspiring. So yeah, there's that one. Next, in the vein of, you know, Halloween coming up and spooky reads and all of that kind of stuff, I have out Edgar Allan Poe's The Raven and Other Favourite Poems. So this is exactly what it says on the tin. It's just a collection of his poems, including his very famous poem The Raven. I can't remember who I heard talking about this or where I saw it. It's not like it's new or anything like that, but I just kind of figured it's so short and it's the perfect time of year to read it. It's like 50 pages, less than that, 45. So I'll give it a go, see what I think. Next I have out Jenny Lawson's Furiously Happy. I think this is a non-fiction book as far as I'm aware. So it says, in Furiously Happy, Jenny Lawson explores her lifelong battle with mental illness, a hysterical, ridiculous book about crippling depression and anxiety. That sounds like a terrible idea. But terrible ideas are what Jenny does best. And I've always just been really drawn to this cover. I just think it's, every time somebody holds it up on BookTube, I think I must get around to reading that. So yeah, I finally got a copy out from the library. Then I have out Sarah Crosson's Moonrise. I've never read anything by Sarah Crossan before, and I believe she writes all of her books in verse, and this is an example of one of them that are written in verse. And this has got an absolutely lovely colour, and it's got this like cut out moon on the front. It's just so lovely. And this says on the back, they think I hurt someone, but I didn't, you hear? Because people are going to be telling you all kinds of lies. I need you to know the truth. Joe hasn't seen his brother for 10 years, and it's for the most brutal of reasons. Ed is on death row, but now Ed's execution date has been set, and this might be the last summer they have together. So that sounds absolutely incredible. I think I said recently on my channel that I'm fascinated by books and TV shows and films that are about prison and things like that. I'm not really sure why, but there we go. And I'm interested to see whether I'll enjoy a book that's told in verse. Next up is Maybe in Another Life, and this is by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I read The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo over the summer, absolutely loved it. So I went onto my library and just checked whether they had any other Taylor Jenkins Reid books, and the only one they had was this one. Sorry for the glare of the cover. Never heard anybody talk about this on BookTube as far as I'm aware, but this says on the back, at the age of 29, Hannah Martin still has no idea what she wants to do with her life. She's lived in 6 different cities and has held countless meaningless jobs since college, but on the heels of a disastrous breakup, she's finally returned to her hometown of Los Angeles. To celebrate her first night back, her best friend Gabby takes Hannah out to a bar where she bumps into her high school boyfriend Ethan. It's just past midnight when Gabby asks Hannah if she's ready to go. Ethan quickly offers to give her a ride later if she wants to stay. Hannah hesitates. What happens if she leaves with Gabby? What happens if she leaves with Ethan? In concurrent storylines, Hannah lives out the effects of each decision. So it's sort of like a sliding doors type novel. That's interesting. Yeah, and so I really like Taylor Jenkins Reid's writing in The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and that's her most recent book. This one was published in 2015. So not too long ago, so we'll see whether I like something else by her. The next one on my list is Map of the Heart by Susan Wiggs. Susan Wiggs is an author that Sarah from Steeped in Books, she's just recently changed her channel name, has mentioned on her channel quite a lot. And I believe she read this one quite recently, and it was one of her favourite books of the year so far, basically. So this is about widowed Camille Palmer, who is an accomplished photographer and mother. When her ageing father asks her to go with him to his native France, she has no idea that she's embarking on an adventure that will utterly transform her. Returning to the lavender field of Provence sparks unexpected memories, recollections that will lead Camille's family back to the dark, terrifying days of the Second World War, where they will uncover their family's surprising history. While Provence offers answers about her family's past, Camille meets a handsome American historian who stirs a passion deep within her and who may hold the key to her future. There we go. I don't think I've read anything by Susan Wiggs before. I don't think I have, no. So, but yeah, Sarah just has such good things to say about it, and I could get a copy from the library, so I did. Next up is a children's novel that lots of people have been talking about recently. Lauren from Lauren in the Books and Mercedes from Mercy's Bookish Musings have both read this recently and absolutely raved about it, and it is Nevermore by Jessica Townsend. It's Nevermore, The Trials of Morrigan Crow. This is about a little girl who goes to some sort of a magical school, so people have been comparing it to Harry Potter and saying it's going to be the next Harry Potter. So for that reason it really intrigues me. I don't like those kind of comparisons, just because often you find that a book doesn't live up to it. But yeah, there's been so much hype around this, and I believe the second book is coming out quite quickly, so yeah. This is one that I've read before. I read this when I was in university, and it is Oranges Are Not the Only Fruit by Jeanette Winterson. I've read a couple of Jeanette Winterson's books. I think Sexing the Cherry was the other one. I didn't really like Sexing the Cherry, I didn't really get it, if I'm honest. But I remember quite enjoying this one and getting a lot out of it. And I just, on a whim one day, decided that I wanted to reread it. I didn't have a copy on my shelf, so I got a copy out from the library. In case you're not aware, this is an autobiographical story, and it follows oh no, I think this is her memoir. I can't remember whether this is non-fiction or whether it's a novel based on Jeanette Winterson's life. I think it's, I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's about Jeanette growing up in this very religious family, and about the fact that she's a lesbian, and obviously she can't be accepted by her mother and the church for that reason. It's about that kind of thing, so I've not really explained that very well, but yeah. So yeah, I got the urge to reread it one day, so I got it out from the library. The next one, I have literally no idea what made me get this out from the library, but it is Susan Wiggs' The Apple Orchard. Maybe I heard Sarah talking about this one as well. I don't really know, to be honest. Maybe I was just looking up Susan Wiggs as an author and they had this, so I got it. I don't really know. I have no idea what this is about. This has got a really long description on the front, which I'm not going to read you because we'll be here for a while. But again, another contemporary romance, I think. And then lastly, I have reserved all of the books that were on the Man Booker shortlist. Since then, I don't know whether I have the motivation to read them, but this one really intrigues me, and this is The Mars Room by Rachel Kushner. And this, I believe, is about a woman in prison, hence why I'm interested in it. I have all of the rest on hold. I had to take back the, was it Everything Under? Because that came through pretty quickly. There were no holds on that. But I didn't get the urge to read it, and then somebody else had reserved it, so I just took it back in the end. But this is one of the 6 that intrigues me more than the others, so so I got it. I don't know if I'll get round to reading it. Let's hope so, because it does really intrigue me. And I think from the people that have talked about it on BookTube so far, they've had quite good things to say about it. So yeah, so there we go guys, they were all of the books that I currently have out from the library. I'd love to have a chat with you in the comments below. Have you read any of these? What did you think of them? And what have you currently got out from the library? Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.